Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Tennessee versus Vanderbilt college basketball matchup on Saturday, February 17th, 2024. Of course, if you like all the free picks we do at Pick Dawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK to get 15% off. We also have products meant for people who make big bets, who have big bankrolls, maybe looking for one-on-one style service. Those are called the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays. They're not available on the website. You've got to text the number that you see on the screen. So if you make big bets, text that number. But let's get to this one. We've got Tennessee taking on Vandy. It's a battle at Tennessee. It's a local rivalry type game, and generally I don't cover games that have this big of a point spread in it, at least not on a giant college basketball slate like we have today. So kind of just figure because Tennessee is a top 10 ranked team, well, we'll give them the respect that they're due and cover the game and see what we can come up with here. Vandy just terrible, 7-17 this season straight up, 0-6 against the number, 2-3-1 against the number in these road spots, and 2-8 overall in their last 10 games. Yeah, it has not been a very good season for the Commodores. Meanwhile, Tennessee 18-6 on the season, 11-12-1 against the number though. The thing about this Vols team is, and I do a lot of videos, so we cover these teams pretty in depth. And the thing about Tennessee is that in general over the years I've always considered them much more of a defensive team than an offensive team. And I think because of that angle, of the defensive angle, and I think a lot of people see it this way, I'm not the only one, I think that what we've seen is their offense has improved enough that they're kind of like, hey, wait a minute, this is what they needed to do. They knew they needed to do this if they wanted to go next level. And now they've done it, and we'll have to see exactly where that takes them once March rolls around. I think the Vols, comfortably in the dance, comfortably in every which way you can imagine. But they are certainly vulnerable. They had that loss against Texas A&M. It wasn't even a close game. They lost by 16 on the road. They were a 2-point favorite in that one. They lost at home against South Carolina. This is just conference play, So these teams, they get up for every single game. That's part of college sports, why it's so hard to run the table, and no one's done it since like the mid-70s when Indiana did it. It is a tough way to go, and of course this day and age, these guys are basically professional players. They are professional players. They're getting paid to play. Meanwhile, the other Tennessee recent loss against Mississippi State. But when we look at this Vols defense, still very much a shutdown defense, top 10 in overall shooting percentage against, just outside the top 50 in three-point shooting against, up against a Vandy team that's one of the worst shooting teams in the nation. I mean, they are absolutely hideous in the 350s in three-point and regular shooting. They're not very good on the boards either, so that's not going to help them at all. Tennessee, their offense, it's not to the prolific level, it's not to an elite level. What it is to an improved level where they're just not a straight defensive team. They're not like a SEC version of Virginia. I think that's really where I'm trying to get here. And I think the Vols offense up against this pitiful Vandy defense, even though we got a big number here, I think this, given today's rules in college basketball, this could be one of those 30 or 40 point games. I'm going to take Tennessee, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com, 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.